ES Audio.
From the Evening Standard in London, I'm Rochelle Travers, and this is The Leader. Nurses are holding the biggest strike in NHS history.
It's up to this government. They have a responsibility to actually address those 50,000 vacant nursing posts and stop the drain out of our profession. How are they going to do that? They need to do that by paying the nurses a decent wage. They are not being greedy. They are asking for the 20% that has been taken out of their pay over the last decade to be put back in and to make sure that they can continue and care for their patients.
Pat Cullen, General Secretary and Chief Executive of the Royal College of Nursing there, speaking on the picket line outside of a London hospital. But Health Minister Maria Caulfield on BBC Breakfast this morning said a 19% pay rise just isn't feasible.
To afford a 19% pay rise, we can only do that either through borrowing, which we saw the effects of government borrowing only just a few weeks ago on the economy, either through taxation, and I don't think that's appropriate when people are struggling with the cost of living this winter, or taking that money from frontline services, which is not something that we want to do. A 19% pay increase is really an unrealistic ask.
Also taking action today are postal workers. These professions join a whole host of others walking out this month, including ambulance workers, bus drivers, national highway employees, some border force staff, rail workers, and that's not even all of them. So, what led to this moment? Why did they feel like they had no other option? These are their stories. Linda Tovey is a critical care nurse at St Thomas's Hospital, London.
Increasingly concerned about the quality of care that we're able to provide because there are not enough staff to do the job that we train to do. That we're providing, that the standard these days is providing basic safe care, whereas what we were trained to do is innovate and help and do the best that we can for patients, and it's increasingly difficult to do that. In a general sense, we're always operating on minimum staffing, so in order to be able to take the next patient, you're shuffling people around between patients and things like that. The continuity of care isn't as good as it could be. A huge amount of nursing time and effort is spent organising staff when it could be better spent looking after patients. If you want an economic argument, which is what people appear to want, is that, you're wasting nurses on looking after the workforce rather than looking after the patient. I earn a reasonable wage by national standards. I can't deny that, or at least it looks reasonable on paper, but I'm still going home. I worry about putting more than one light on. I don't put the heating on. My house is cold. I cook far less often than I normally do because I realise that the cost of cooking one meal now costs me the price of my electricity bill that used to cost. It costs the same to cook a meal as it used to cost to run my electricity for a day, and that's not sustainable. I can't, on my better than the nursing average wage, I can't sustain that. And there are people that are living, obviously people live in different circumstances, and there are people who have no money, by the middle of the month, and that's not right. We're doing a job that looks after the public, and the government know that that's what we're doing because they thanked us for it in the pandemic, but they're not prepared to pay for it.
Let's go to the ads. Stay there to hear from postal workers Vinny and Hannah about why they feel like they've had no other choice but to take action. Welcome back. Today, Royal Mail staff are also striking. In fact, it's one of 7 dates in December they're taking industrial action, as part of an escalating row over pay, jobs and conditions. Katie Strick, commissioning editor and senior feature writer at the Evening Standard, met up with postal workers Vinny and Hannah on the picket line in Whitechapel.
My name's Vinny.
Vinny, and how long have you been a postal worker, Vinny?
I was going to actually tell you that. 33 years now.
33 years?
Yeah, I started on the 20th of March, 1989.
Amazing. It feels like a job that a lot of people do for life.
I do love my job. I'm proud to work for Royal Mail. When I joined the post office, I knew it was a good company, big company, and it was a public service. And I've done various shifts, and I do enjoy my job. But I've just finished my shift now. Because I'm on nights. I'm on nights, yes. So 8:30 finish. And just come to join these for a little while.
Yeah, you must be exhausted.
And then go home and sleep. But anyway, yeah, I do like my job. I like my hours. I do enjoy my job. But this is the worst strike I've ever known. We've had a few strikes over the years. Usually get resolved. Since it went public, privatised, I mean, like, they're not budging, and it's really, I'm feeling it now, money-wise.
Yeah?
We're striking two days a week. It's a lot of money to lose. Listen, pay rises, to me, a bonus, right? If we get a pay rise, that's great, but it's not just a pay rise. It's all the conditions that they want to take away from.
Yeah.
Certain shifts you get allowances. Me, I work nights. We get night allowance.
You always work nights?
Yes. Well, I've done 20 odd years nights.
Yeah.
And they want to take the night allowance away. If they go through with this, they'll take our night allowance. They'll take other allowances to do with our job, and us on the nights, we're going to lose about £120, £150 a week.
That's a lot.
Why do we want to work nights if they're going to take all that money away?
And that's going to hit you in your groceries and your bills and things that are already tough.
It's been a hard year. Everybody's, feeling a pinch, most people, and it is very, very difficult times at the minute. Very difficult. It's not going to ruin my Christmas.
Good.
I love Christmas. With the bottom of my heart, I love it. It's not going to ruin me, but yeah, I'm stressing out. I am.
Yeah.
It's just very, very difficult times at the minute, And come January, I'm fearing the worst. It's going to get worse.
My name's Hannah Carroll. I'm a postwoman in Whitechapel, and I'm also the woman's rep for East London.
How long have you been a postwoman?
6 years.
6 years, okay. I imagine you've seen a fair few changes over that time.
Yeah. For providing I've only been here, in the office I'm known as the baby, but in the time that I've been here, it has changed dramatically.
Yeah. In what way? Better or worse?
Worse, I'd say.
Yeah.
So, before there was more flexibility to it. Even down to, for example, people with the part-time positions, the part-timers would normally be 9 to 2:30 or 9:30 to 2:30. So for people that have children, it was very easy for them to drop the kids off, come to work, do what they've got to do, and then as soon as when you used to finish your delivery, you'd be able to go straight home.
Right.
So it was easier for them to go and get their kids and stuff. But
so
now,
quite good for flexible work.
Yeah, so it was good for obviously parents and stuff. But now that they're changing it, so they we have to now clock in and clock out, and they're obviously giving you more time, more work to do within that time as well.
Yeah.
So obviously, a lot of people they're just feeding it a little bit, and even on there's Facebook groups for women and stuff. That work for Royal Mail, and the amount of people that I'm seeing on there that are saying that the business ain't for them anymore, and they're all just resigning left, right and centre.
Very sad.
Just because they can't, the pressure's a lot that they're being put under in their offices, they're out of work life trying to get round for the kids and stuff. It's a lot for them. If I was to leave, I just wouldn't, I'd think, you should have stuck at it. So for me, leaving isn't an option.
No.
I'm willing to literally fight until the end. I think, you know what it is with us? The main thing is trying to protect our terms and conditions. Because even if we was to get a substantial amount of pay rise, but they still want to take away the terms and conditions, that's a no-go. Because the terms and conditions are the main thing, for me anyway. Because obviously they want to change your sick pay. The terms and conditions are the main thing that we need to try and fight for. And even they're trying to do compulsory redundancies and stuff. We can't have that.
And that's it from The Leader. You can read more about the strikes from Katie Strick on our website, standard.co.uk. This podcast is back tomorrow at 4 p.m.